All right, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Back.
Woo, we are back. Ah. Okay, so we were formerly known as Tatted and Tattered. Now we're called the Tatted Guys. So what we want you guys to do first is to go follow us on social media, the Tatted Guys. Tell all your friends about it. We'll be developing some other things too so that you guys can check us out. We really want you to follow Tatted Guys though, because we're going to be putting most of our content on that page, although you'll see it on both of our pages. I forgot to introduce who we were. Oh my goodness. My name is B.David Stevens, and this is
YoungPete.
Cool, man.
It's all good.
We are the Tatted Guys. All right,
Yeah.
so you got that spiel in the beginning. Make sure you go to the Tatted Guys, all right, to get all of our information. But you can also go to our pages for right now to also get some of this information. Cool?
Cool.
What are we talking about?
Relationships. Let's go.
Relationships. Okay, so it is like Valentine's week. So, you know we got to talk about relationships. Come on, y'all. Yo. Are you in a relationship?
Who are you relating with? Into?
What'd that mean?
We're just trying to figure this. Who you relate? Listen, we don't want to say. We don't want to say who you really with. Who you doing things with? We don't want to say. We're trying to be politically. Who are you doing things with? Huh?
Oh, reel that back. So we want to talk about relationships, and there are three areas that we want to focus on. Number one is self-realization.
Yeah.
Find you before you find
Boo. Ooh.
Y'all hear that? Find you before you find boo. Number two is location, and number three, communication. There's a whole lot we could talk about, but we just want to focus on those three things. So self-realization. Find you before you find. Why you want me to start? Why you want me to start?
Because you don't have.
You gotta know who you are before you get into these relationships.
Thank you.
That's the problem right now.
Thank you.
We don't know who we are.
Thank you.
Come on, y'all. That's the problem right now. We get into these relationships with all of this baggage, all this stuff, not really understanding, who we're recreated to be. And then what happens is we start blaming the other person for things that are going wrong in our lives, when the bottom line is these are things that we should have dealt with before we even got into the relationship. So you go into the relationship, and check this out too. Then, when you don't really know who you are in the relationship, you're looking for the other person to define you.
Hey, what about this whole back in the day 50-50? I want to bring 50. We bring 50-50, make 100, and that was the wrong math.
50-50 make it. Nah, what should it be?
100 and 100.
Right, 100
all
and
of
100.
You
right.
to all the boo.
Yeah, and and it's not, okay, so, principally, okay, so we're Christians, so we could talk about this. We say we're looking for a person to complete us, right? Or that we can join with. And I hear that verbiage a lot, But that's not really, really what we should be thinking about. We should be thinking about, first of all, ourselves being whole.
There we go.
Our partner being whole. Come on now.
There we go. And
we come into a relationship. Now, did I say perfect? I did not say perfect. But there are things that you really, really need to work on before you get into the relationship.
Listen, I don't even know what to say. Like, you really nailed self-realization.
You ain't got nothing else to say about that.
Because I think you done figured out how to realize some things about yourself as well as other people. Only thing I can tell you.
We don't want to talk about all that.
Exactly. So we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that there. But I will say that, echoing what B.David has been speaking on, the truth is, I personally have been in cases where I blamed my persons, plural, in my past of who I was dating.
Persons.
Plural.
First of all, y'all hear that? Persons.
Persons.
Okay, go
Let's
ahead.
Let's work it out. No, but real talk.
ahead.
I found myself really, whenever things were wrong, I would definitely be a rapid fire of blames. I would have those things go towards that person. A rapid fire, yeah, because your tongue is quick though. When you're hot. When you're hot, your mouth just go loose.
Yeah.
We don't zip it real quick. So
it's your fault.
It's your fault. And you start blaming. Look, we're not gonna jump there yet, but you start blaming people for things you didn't say and you should have said. So now you didn't realize that you were the one. You were your own culprit. And I ended up having a lot of broken relationships, and it's unfortunate because it was a lot of misunderstanding, but I misunderstood myself before I can even, quote unquote, have somebody else misunderstand me. So what do? I took a moment, right? I'm not doing things I used to do. I'm not going out with people. I'm going out with myself. And it felt weird. Self-realization means that a lot of times you have to do things by yourself to know yourself, and that's the most weird thing. Taking yourself out to eat, taking yourself to a movie.
Or taking yourself out to eat. Wow.
Yourself, like
I like that.
By yourself, meaning you're not going looking for anybody to pick up, anybody to holler at. You're really just going to be with you, and that's imagine being with you in a public place, and your intention and your motive is to not look for anybody.
Wow.
We'll just leave that there.
When's the last time y'all did that?
What? We talking about V-Day. How many of y'all can even fix your mind to think being by yourself on Valentine's Day?
We in heat. We need something. We in heat.
This guy. Listen. After self-realization. So let's move on, because when we move,
that's really what it is.
Stop.
That's really what it is. Calm yourself down.
Calm yourself down,
brothers and sisters.
You're too hot.
Calm yourself down.
You're
too hot.
Huh?
You're too hot. Too hot.
Too hot.
Yeah.
Baby. Gotta run for what?
Shelter.
Listen, your shelter is in Christ. Your shelter is in your own space by yourself. Lock yourself up, So we move on.
Let's focus on location. All right. So, I think location is important because sometimes, for those of you who may not have found that significant person, significant other that you've been looking for, sometimes where you are can hinder you getting into a relationship. And what we're talking about now is geography.
There we go.
Like where are you? Like where you at? What city you're in? What country you in? And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I was listening to someone talk about Atlanta. We live in Atlanta, and how Atlanta is, saturated with a lot of women here in Atlanta. And they were complaining that there are no good men here in Atlanta. I can't find a person to be with here in Atlanta. So one of those people had actually moved away to another place. And when they went to another place, all of a sudden they just started getting all these dates. Left and right, left and right, left and right.
But their breakthrough was in another location.
The breakthrough, baby, was in another location. So, but seriously though, and I'm not saying that you should move out of a place that you love to be in either, because God will meet you right where you are and give you things that you really need. But sometimes you do. Sometimes you need to make a shift and say, you know what? I have not found what I need here in this. Maybe I need to go somewhere else to find really, really what I need.
Location. Come on. Do we go to the grocery store to go find outfits? Huh?
No, we don't.
Huh? Do we go to
some of them, some of them have like novelty.
We're not talking about Walmart. We're talking about your real grocery store. For all y'all.
We go to find food. That's right.
We going to find food.
That's right.
So everything for markets to be known for occupational purposes, for family purposes, and environmental. It's the same thing for dating. And even if we want to take a step further, I even say the new form of location in.
What?
You got Tinder.
Oh my God.
You got you got Black Planet. Black People Meet.
Black Planet.
I said Black People Meet. I don't do Black Planet. Black People Meet. You got Christian Mingle. What else we got?
Christian Mingle.
What else we got? Let's plug out all of them. We got Plenty of Fish. You got Facebook. So because back in the day, we didn't have those options to go and obviously.
You know what I thought about?
What you thought about?
I don't interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
It's
gotta be good.
Else too. And you know what too? Sometimes it may not be like geography, like city, like I moved to another city. Sometimes it could be just the places that you're going inside of a city.
There we go.
Maybe you're not going to the right places. Maybe you don't know where things are really happening for you, for a person like you.
Let me be honest. For all y'all that's looking in a place where you don't want to move out your city, start at church.
Start.
You can find something in church.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. The Lord knows.
Not in these churches today. What you talking about?
You know what?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. We're going to put a maybe on that.
I'll say this much.
We're going to put a question mark on that one. Boom.
I'm going to say
put a question mark on
I'm
that.
going to say church.
Boom.
I'm going to say grocery stores. I'm going to say gyms.
Oh, my God. Churches.
Grocery stores, gyms, and churches.
So what about some places where some singles and some other folks be hanging out? And stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
You know what? You can definitely find
and grocery stores.
Those are general places.
Y'all still trying to pick up people at grocery stores? What in the world?
Listen, hey.
In the what section? In the meat section?
Oh, come on, frozen. Come on, frozen items. But I'm just saying, the only reason I was saying the grocery
In the
because
milk section,
you see
in the dairy section.
People don't, they're not going. You see them at their rawest form in the grocery store. Everybody not going dogs.
At the grocery store, Pete.
Yeah, because
in
folks
the grocery store.
Because folks show up to just grab something. You want to know what they look like. You want to know what they look like.
See what they eat.
You want to see what they
did they grab the Lays or did they grab the baked Lays?
Huh? Oh, you still eating chitterlings? Oh, your diet's not none of that.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Lord.
but no, for real, touching base location wise, it can be in your city, it could be out your city, out your state, it could be anywhere you want it to be. But truth be told, move. Don't just stand still and expect for something to come to you.
True. Third one.
Relocate.
Communication.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you know communication is huge. Come on, y'all. If you can't communicate, don't expect it to last. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would say this. I was actually talking with someone the other day. I said, you know what? You're going to have to learn how to converse with your partner or your significant other, or whoever you're with. You're going to have to learn how to communicate well, because if not, I promise you, just give it a little bit of time. It's going to break all the way down. And what I mean by communicate is that you have to learn their language. You got to learn how they communicate. You got to learn how they receive love, how to receive, words from you. Because everybody can't receive things from you the same way. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. Learn who your partner is so you can communicate well with them.
You're on fire.
I'm on fire.
I don't even know what to say, because communication, you said it. If you don't close, I was told this when I was younger. Closed mouths don't get fed. So we don't know what's on your mind. We're not telepathic. We can't talk about certain things that you don't want to talk about.
You can't throw a fit, gentlemen, and run away and not want to talk about it. I understand about calming your anger down. That's one thing. But you can't run away from conversation. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
The most vital
We're good
part.
For that, boy. We love running away.
We'll run away quick. But it's sad because when you do get tired or you do realize you need to go back to where you ran from, you still have to have some form of something to move forward. And that form of communication is powerful. Even the form of how you communicate. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. I've heard it. You can tell I've heard it.
Yeah.
So I've had to work on my tone, my intonation, knowing how to, even honestly, I've had to learn how to just meditate and pray before I speak on things that are really going to be like, it can be hurtful, truthful, or I can be very passionate about it. So really taking a moment before you even choose to say something to understand that when you say this and it leaves your mouth and you can't grab it back, what are you going to do?
And how about finding some professional people to help you communicate well?
Counseling,
if you don't know how to
black people,
communicate.
People of color.
Counseling, please.
See,
counseling. Sign me up. Y'all need to go to counseling. Y'all don't like doing that. You need to go to counseling for real. So you can learn you can learn some methods, some things that you can use in your relationship to make it better. Okay, that was brief. We just talked about self-realization, find you before you find boo.
Yep.
Location, and we talked about communication. So many other things that we can talk about. Don't forget to follow us on the Tatted Guys. On IG. We're gonna also be coming out with some other platforms where you can follow us and see what we are doing. All right, is that cool?
Cool.
Yo, listen, we hope that we have left our mark on you. Mark.
Love.